In a small town in Denmark, the Christmas bell is about to ring, but for the little girl, the excitement has nothing to do with her. The wind roared across the street like a beast, and snowflakes cut her face like sharp blades. Each piece seemed to carry cold malice. The little girl was ragged, and the thin fabric could not withstand the bone-piercing cold. She walked barefoot on the icy stone road, every step as if she were stepping on the tip of a knife. She held the large handful of matches tightly in her arms. As night fell, the town was completely swallowed by darkness. The little girl was tired and hungry, and her legs were as heavy as lead. She came to the corner of a luxurious mansion and sat down. The mansion was brightly lit and there was a lot of laughter, which was in sharp contrast to the darkness and cold she was in. The little girl's lips were purple from the cold, and her body kept shaking. If only there was a little warmth, she thought, trembling. She pulled out a match, stroked it on the wall, and with a chee sound, the match burned. The faint flame swayed in the cold wind, but it brought unprecedented warmth to the little girl. In the warm light of the fire, the little girl seemed to be in a warm room. The fireplace in the room was blazing, and the warmth filled the surroundings. She stretched out her hands to touch the warmth, but just then, the match went out, and darkness and cold surrounded her again. The little girl was not reconciled and struck another match. This time, she saw a table full of delicious food. The roasted goose was shiny, and its belly was stuffed with apples and plums, and it was waddling towards her. The little girl's saliva was about to flow down. She reached out to catch the roast goose, but the match went out again. The delicious food disappeared without a trace, leaving only endless hunger. The little girl's tears welled up in her eyes, and she was afraid that the beautiful vision would disappear again, so she lit a large handful of matches in one breath. In the bright light of the fire, she saw her grandmother. Grandmother's eyes were so kind and her smile was so warm. It was the only warmth and support she had in this world. The grandmother stretched out her hand and said gently, "Child, come with me to a place where there is no cold and no hunger." The little girl threw herself into her grandmother's arms without hesitation. Just then, a strange light flashed, and the little girl and grandmother came to a beautiful place. Here the sun is shining brightly, birds are singing and flowers are fragrant. There is no cold wind and snow, and there is no hunger torture. The little girl smiled happily as she ran and played with her grandmother in this beautiful place. However, in the real world, the next morning, people found the little girl huddled in the corner. She had a smile on her face and a burning matchstick in her hand. People sighed and buried her in the town cemetery. A few years later, a young painter came to the town. He heard the story of the little girl and was deeply moved. He decided to record the story with a paintbrush to let more people know what happened to the little girl. The painter came to the corner where the little girl died, closed his eyes, and imagined the scene of the little girl at that time. Suddenly, he felt a flash of light in front of him, and he opened his eyes, as if he saw the figures of the little girl and the grandmother. The painter began to create, using delicate brushstrokes to depict the beautiful world she saw in the firelight. His paintings attracted the attention of the people in the town, who began to reflect on their own indifference. People organized to help the poor families by providing them with food and clothing. With the passage of time, the town has undergone tremendous changes. The originally indifferent people have become warm and kind, and everyone helps each other and is like a family. The story of the little girl became a spiritual symbol of the town, inspiring everyone to care for others and conveying warmth. And in that beautiful world, the little girl and her grandmother are still living happily. The little girl would often look into the distance, and she knew that in the real world, people were getting better and better because of her story. She believes that love and warmth will illuminate every dark corner like sunlight. Perhaps one day, her story will inspire more people and fill the world with love and hope.